back, it's Trading Tuesday. Today I'm just going to run over some hints and tips on hopefully problem solving with you guys, maybe having some issues with the Moerman range, Moerman accelerator, Moerman liquidator and combinator. So just going to run through some quick tips on what I do, especially to get these tools to perform as efficiently as they can for me. So the first tip I would advise you guys do is put maybe something in the end clip there. These are Ungar green clips. Now you can purchase these from any decent retailer, and what that will do is basically hold that rubber a little bit better, help firm up those edges a bit, and you'll find the performance will improve using these Ungar green clips. They usually come in a little green box. There's about 40 or 50 of them in that little box. Really cheap to buy, and it looks a bit more professional than maybe sticking in random other bits and pieces you possibly could in the end there. So that'd be my first tip. My second tip would also be whatever cleaning solution that you're using. For me, I use it's Fairy Platinum dish soap. So I suppose in the US the equivalent would be Dawn, but you also get other variations from Aldi and Lidl's. But the tip from myself would be that, you know, after you've maybe put, say, the applicator in your bucket of water, put the dish soap or the cleaning solution after it's already wet onto the applicator. So, I mean, you'll probably see in my videos I carry a little bottle of water around with me. So what I'll do is I'll soap up the applicator first. I'll soak it with water first, and then I'll grab my bottle of dish soap. I've got a small bottle, half this size, that I keep in my pouch, and I'll run a line of dish soap on one side, flip it around, put another line of dish soap on that side, and then that's me ready to go for probably the vast majority of the job I'm away to do. Because the soap will hold in that sleeve for quite some time. And what that'll do is increase the slip on the glass. The accelerator, the liquidator, obviously they're all the same channels. They need really good slip to be able to work. And that is the way to achieve it. So if you're having problems with maybe turn marks, lines, it's just not functioning properly, it's not coming across the glass properly, that'll probably solve it. So put your cleaning solution directly onto the pad, the flick pad or your applicator, and you'll find there that it'll work a lot better. The other tip I would give is to make the rubber last a bit longer, is to loosen the grip on the actual squeegee handle itself. So rather than holding it in a clenched fist, try and hold it almost kind of with your fingertips a little bit. It is designed as a precision tool, so it doesn't really need that much pressure on the glass. Obviously, if you're using a hard rubber, you're going to probably want to put a little bit more pressure than if you were using a softer compound, but you still don't need it to be sort of like really pushing on the glass. It doesn't need to be. It's a precision tool, very light pressure needed on the handle, and you'll find that your rubber will last a lot longer. Also in conjunction with that, when you're coming over to do the frames, right, the reason why I do, say, like the top and then the sides first, and then fan the middle, is because that's the bit that kind of slows you down. Doing the top, clearing the top edge and then clearing the sides is the bit you want to take your time on, because one, it'll save the ends of the rubber there from banging off the framework or, you know, just getting damaged by pulling it down the frame. You want to take your time with that. But also when it's come to do the middle section of the glass that's left, you can then speed it up doing the middle section because you've got no frame to hit. So, you know, be gentle on the frames, take your time on the sides when you're clearing the top and clearing the sides, and then you can speed up for fanning down the middle. Okay, so that'll increase the longevity of the rubber, is to be gentle on the frames and loosen your grip when you're using this in the hand or even on a pull. You know, don't push so hard with the pull. You will find that it probably will last you a lot longer, your squeegee rubber. Other tip I would say to you guys is make sure you're in the correct angle. So, you know, not one angle does all windows, okay? So you will need to assess when you get to a job, when you get to a window, what angle you need to be in. So if the window's directly out in front of you, maybe you're reaching over an obstacle that's directly in front of you, you know, 10 degrees is going to be the way to go. For general use in hand, I mean, I kind of vary usually between 25 degrees, which is like that, and 40 degrees, which is especially if I'm doing small thin opener windows that are, maybe just above my head, it means that will close out right to the bottom of the window perfectly. Whereas if it was in 25 or 10, it wouldn't close out properly at the bottom, and you would be left with a little bead of solution at the bottom of the window. So make sure you're in the correct angle for the squeegee in hand, and also when you're using the angle adapter on a pole. Basically, there is no sort of set rule on what angle you have to be in where. It's just a case of experience and trying it out. It's like anything else, this tool needs time, it needs practice, and it needs effort to be able to learn. If you don't put in the time and don't put in the effort, then you won't reap the rewards. It's just quite simple as that, really. And unfortunately there was quite a lot of guys that were saying that, the tool didn't do X, Y, or Z, or it's not functioning properly for them. But there was a saying that I remember my dad taught me. He is an ex-joiner, and the thing that he taught me was that a good journeyman never blames his tools. Now, what he meant by that was basically, if you're good at your job and you can adapt, you can change depending on the scenario or the tool that you have in hand, you should be able to perform the job efficiently. If you can only operate one kind of tool, then you might need to practice a bit more. So if you're struggling with this tool, guys, it is probably going to be to do with technique. That's going to be all it is. It might even only be a very slight change you might need to make to get this tool to work properly for you. So if you're having any problems at all, please don't hesitate to get in touch with, either myself, there's a few other guys on YouTube as well that use this tool and, and love the tool. Or indeed, obviously, contact Moerman directly and ask them a question. I'm sure they're really nice people. They'll be happy to help you. In conjunction with that, what I'm also going to be doing is I've got a Facebook page, Mackay Window Cleaning Services. There's a link in the description below. There's also, if you look on the front page of our YouTube channel, you'll see the link to our Mackay Facebook page at the top there. Now, what I'm basically offering everybody, these are for guys that are struggling with the tool, is to basically help you guys out. Now, what I mean by that is if you click on our page and send us a private message, either via video or even just describe the problem you're having, I will take out the time to try and help you guys out. I really feel like this tool is one of the best tools I have ever used. It has now saved me going up and down ladders every day. I don't need to detail. I can pretty much leave my detailing cloths in the van. I actually really, really do appreciate and love this tool. And I know there's a few guys that have been struggling with it. So this video is purely for you guys who are maybe struggling with it. Give us a shout, give us a message on Mackay Window Cleaning Facebook, and I will help you out as best I can. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed Trading Tuesday today. Maybe you've learned something from today, and maybe you're going to be digging out that accelerator out the toolbox and giving it another go. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.